Spaghetti. Spaghetti is probably the most recognized pasta in the world, a long, thin, round strand that has become a symbol of Italian food far beyond Italy itself. Spaghetti takes its name from the Italian word for string, and historians have documented the shape in southern Italy since at least the 12th century, with some tracing its roots to Arab influence during the medieval period. Spaghetti is made from durum wheat, semolina, and water, and the smooth, neutral surface pairs well with an enormous range of sauces without competing with them. Spaghetti works especially well in aglio e olio, a dish made from little more than olive oil, garlic, and chili that remains one of the simplest and most beloved pasta preparations. Spaghetti also appears in the dish known outside Italy as spaghetti bolognese, although Italians technically dispute the pairing because the meat sauce from Bologna is traditionally served with tagliatelle. Spaghetti has become so embedded in global food culture that the debate is largely academic at this point. Spaghetti was also among the first pasta shapes to be industrially produced and exported from Italy, and the global spread of spaghetti through the 20th century helped define what most people outside Europe picture when they hear the word pasta. Penne. Penne takes its name from the Italian word for quill, a reference to the diagonal cut at each end that resembles the nib of an old writing pen. Penne is a hollow, cylindrical pasta of medium length and comes in two main surface variations. Penne lisse has a smooth outer surface, while penne rigati has ridges, and penne rigate is far more commonly used because the grooves trap sauce in ways smooth pasta cannot. Penne gained its modern mechanized diagonal cut in 1865 when pasta maker Giovanni Battista Capurro patented a machine capable of cutting the pasta cleanly at an angle without crushing it. Penne works particularly well with robust sauces like arrabbiata and alla norma because the hollow tube traps pockets of sauce inside, allowing every bite to deliver flavor both inside and out. Rigatoni. Rigatoni is a larger, wider tube than penne, with ridges along the outer surface and ends cut straight across instead of at an angle. Rigatoni takes its name from the Italian word rigato, meaning ridged, and those ridges exist for one reason: to grip sauce. Rigatoni allows thick sauces and braised meats to work their way inside the wide opening, making every forkful a combination of pasta, sauce, and filling that smaller tubes struggle to match. Rigatoni is deeply associated with Roman cooking and appears in traditional dishes like rigatoni con la pajata, made with the intestines of milk-fed veal, a preparation that has appeared on Roman trattoria menus for centuries. Rigatoni also holds up exceptionally well in baked dishes because the sturdy structure survives long cooking times in the oven without collapsing. Fettuccine. Fettuccine is a flat, ribbon-shaped pasta made from egg dough, wider than spaghetti and thinner than pappardelle, belonging to the egg-based pasta tradition of central and northern Italy. Fettuccine gains richness and tenderness from the egg content in a way dried semolina pasta cannot fully replicate. Fettuccine is most closely associated outside Italy with Alfredo sauce, named after Roman restaurateur Alfredo di Lelio, who created the dish in the early 20th century as a restorative meal for his wife after childbirth. Fettuccine Alfredo, in its original Roman form, uses no cream and instead relies on the emulsification of pasta water, butter, and parmesan to create the sauce. Fettuccine Alfredo, as most people know it outside Italy, became a cream-heavy American adaptation after tourists brought the idea home from Rome. Tagliatelle. Tagliatelle comes from the Emilia-Romagna region of northern Italy, especially Bologna, and Italians take the correct dimensions seriously enough that the Italian Academy of Cuisine officially registered them with the Bologna Chamber of Commerce in 1972. Tagliatelle has an officially declared cooked width of 8 mm, equivalent to 1/12,000th of the height of Bologna's Asinelli Tower. Tagliatelle is made from egg dough and has a slightly porous surface that grips thick sauces exceptionally well. Tagliatelle pairs canonically with ragu alla bolognese, a slow-cooked meat sauce made with beef, pork, very little tomato, white wine, and milk simmered over several hours. Tagliatelle served in Bologna bears little resemblance to the ground beef and tomato-heavy version served under the same name across much of the world. Pappardelle. Pappardelle is the widest of the ribbon pastas, made from broad, flat strips of egg dough native to Tuscany. Pappardelle likely takes its name from the Italian verb pappare, meaning to eat enthusiastically. Pappardelle exists for bold, game-heavy sauces because narrower pasta would be overwhelmed by the powerful flavors of the Tuscan countryside. Pappardelle pairs most famously with wild boar ragu, a slow-braised cinghiali sauce that has remained central to Tuscan cooking for centuries. Pappardelle also works beautifully with hare, duck, and lamb preparations. Pappardelle made fresh develops a texture that feels both tender and slightly chewy, absorbing fat and liquid from braised sauces in a way that makes the dish feel fully unified rather than separated into pasta and sauce. Linguine. Linguine comes from Liguria in northwestern Italy and sits somewhere between spaghetti and fettuccine, long like spaghetti but slightly flattened instead of perfectly round. Linguine takes its name from the phrase "little tongues," a reference to the flattened oval profile. Linguine naturally pairs with seafood because the flat surface holds olive oil-based sauces and delicate shellfish juices especially well. Linguine appears most famously in Ligurian cooking with clams, mussels, and pesto genovese. Linguine alle vongole, made with clams and white wine, became one of the most beloved pasta dishes in coastal Italian cooking and later spread to seafood restaurants across the world. Linguine, like most southern-style pasta, is made without egg, giving it a firmer bite that suits lighter seafood-focused preparations. Bucatini. Bucatini looks similar to thick spaghetti, but a narrow hollow channel runs through the center, and that single difference changes everything about how it eats. Bucatini takes its name from the Italian word buco, meaning hole. Bucatini allows sauce to enter from both inside and outside at the same time, giving every bite more texture and more flavor than spaghetti can usually deliver. Bucatini is strongly associated with Roman cooking, especially bucatini alla matriciana, one of the most important dishes in the Italian pasta canon, made with guanciale, tomato, and pecorino romano. Bucatini alla matriciana traces its roots to the mountain town of Amatrice in Lazio. Bucatini also appears in alla gricia, the older tomato-free version that uses guanciale and pecorino and is widely considered the ancestor of amatriciana. Orecchiette. Orecchiette is small, round, and slightly cupped, shaped to resemble a little ear, which is exactly what the name means. Orecchiette comes from Puglia in the heel of southern Italy and remains one of the few pasta shapes still predominantly handmade in its place of origin. Orecchiette can still be seen in older neighborhoods of Bari, where women sit outside their homes pulling small pieces of dough across wooden boards with knives, continuing a practice that has remained largely unchanged for centuries. Orecchiette uses the cupped shape for function rather than decoration because each piece traps sauce, cooking liquid, and small bits of vegetables inside. Orecchiette is most famously served as orecchiette con le cime di rapa, a dish combining turnip tops, anchovies, garlic, and olive oil. Orecchiette works especially well in that dish because the sturdy shape carries the intensely bitter greens properly. Farfalle. Farfalle is shaped like a butterfly or bow tie, and the name literally means butterflies in Italian. Farfalle is made by cutting rectangular pieces of dough and pinching them at the center, creating ruffled edges and a thicker middle section. Farfalle cooks with slight textural variation because different sections of the pasta cook at slightly different speeds, giving each bite a mix of softness and firmness. Farfalle originated in Lombardy and Emilia-Romagna, with records of the shape dating back to the 16th century. Farfalle pairs especially well with lighter sauces, creamy preparations, and dishes built around salmon or vegetables. Farfalle also became one of the most popular pasta shapes for cold salads because the distinctive form stays visually appealing and holds up well after cooling. Fusilli. Fusilli is a short corkscrew-shaped pasta named after the Italian word fuso, meaning spindle, a reference to the traditional method of wrapping dough around a thin rod to form the spiral. Fusilli comes from southern Italy, especially Campania, where the handmade version called fusilli al ferretto is still made in homes and small restaurants using thin metal rods. Fusilli relies entirely on the spiral shape to trap and hold sauce, making it especially effective with pesto, chunky tomato ragu, and cream sauces filled with vegetables or ham. Fusilli also resists clumping and holds its shape well during cooking, helping explain why the pasta became so common in home kitchens and large-scale food service. Conchiglie. Conchiglie is shaped like a small conch shell, ridged on the outside and open at one end, and the name simply means shells in Italian. Conchiglie scoops up sauce, cheese, and small ingredients in ways flat pasta cannot, while the ridges add even more grip. Conchiglie comes in several sizes, ranging from tiny shells used in soups to giant conchiglioni large enough to stuff with ricotta or meat before baking. Conchiglie in medium size remains the most versatile version, pairing comfortably with tomato sauces, meat sauces, and cream-based dishes. Conchiglie differs from many traditional pasta shapes because no single region claims it as an origin. Conchiglie instead developed within industrial pasta production and became popular because the shell shape proved both practical and visually appealing. Tortellini. Tortellini is a small, ring-shaped filled pasta made by folding dough around a small amount of filling before wrapping it into a ring and sealing the ends together. Tortellini comes from Emilia-Romagna, although Bologna and Modena have spent centuries debating ownership of the dish. Tortellini received an officially registered filling recipe from the Italian Academy of Cuisine in 1974, specifying pork loin, prosciutto, mortadella, parmesan, egg, and nutmeg. Tortellini is traditionally served in brodo, a rich broth made from capon or beef simmered for hours, allowing the delicate filling to remain the focus instead of being overwhelmed. Tortellini in brodo remains one of the most meaningful holiday dishes in Emilia-Romagna, especially during Christmas and major family celebrations. Ravioli. Ravioli is one of the most internationally recognized filled pastas, formed as a square or rectangular pillow of dough wrapped around a filling and sealed at the edges. Ravioli appears in Italian texts dating back to the 14th century and exists in some form across nearly every region of Italy. Ravioli changes dramatically depending on local ingredients and regional traditions. Ravioli di magro in Liguria is filled with greens and ricotta and developed from Catholic fasting traditions. Ravioli in Sardinia appears as culurgiones, filled with potato, pecorino, and mint, then sealed with a distinctive braided edge. Ravioli in Piedmont appears as agnolotti del plin, small pinched rectangles traditionally filled with leftover roasted meat. Ravioli often pairs best with butter and sage because the simple sauce allows the filling to remain the center of attention rather than competing for flavor. Lasagna. Lasagna has one of the longest documented histories of any pasta shape in Italy, with references to layered flat pasta dishes appearing as early as the 14th century. Lasagna likely takes its name from the Latin word lasanum or the Greek word lasagnon, both referring to a type of cooking vessel. Lasagna consists of wide, flat sheets used almost entirely for baked preparations. Lasagna alla bolognese remains the best-known international version, layered with ragu, bechamel, and parmesan. Lasagna in Naples follows a very different tradition, using ricotta, mozzarella, hard-boiled eggs, and Neapolitan ragu, in a style strongly associated with carnival celebrations for centuries. Lasagna in Emilia-Romagna sometimes uses spinach dough to produce the signature green sheets known as lasagna verdi. Gnocchi. Gnocchi occupies a debated space somewhere between pasta and dumpling, and Italians continue to debate the exact classification. Gnocchi appeared in early forms during the Renaissance, when recipes used breadcrumbs, cheese, and egg long before potatoes arrived in Europe. Gnocchi changed dramatically after potatoes reached Europe from South America during the 16th century, making potato-based gnocchi possible. Gnocchi di patate combines mashed potato with flour and egg, rolled into small ridged pillows, where balance becomes everything. Gnocchi becomes heavy and dense when too much flour is added, while too little flour causes the pieces to break apart during cooking. Gnocchi made properly should feel soft, light, and almost cloud-like, cooking in just 2 or 3 minutes once the pieces float to the surface. Gnocchi is most commonly served with butter and sage, allowing the delicate texture to remain the focus. Orzo. Orzo is extremely small and shaped like a grain of rice, with the name coming from the Italian word for barley because of the resemblance. Orzo belongs to the pastina family, the category of tiny pasta shapes traditionally used in soups and broths. Orzo can also be cooked similarly to risotto by toasting it in butter and slowly adding liquid to create a creamy dish called orzotto. Orzo appears in Greek cooking under the name krithiraki, forming the foundation of juvetsi, a clay pot dish baked with tomato and meat until the pasta absorbs nearly all the liquid and develops a deeply flavored, slightly sticky texture. Orzo absorbs surrounding flavors more quickly than larger pasta shapes, making it one of the most adaptable forms of pasta across different cooking traditions. Tonnarelli. Tonnarelli is the traditional pasta shape used in one of Rome's most celebrated dishes, cacio e pepe. Tonnarelli looks similar to spaghetti but uses a square cross-section instead of a round one, and the egg-based dough gives the pasta a richer flavor and slightly chewier texture. Tonnarelli became closely associated with cacio e pepe, a dish made from little more than pecorino romano, black pepper, and pasta cooking water, although achieving the correct texture is surprisingly difficult. Tonnarelli depends on properly emulsified starch from the pasta water to transform the cheese into a smooth, creamy coating instead of a clumped mess. Tonnarelli also benefits from freshly cracked black pepper that has been lightly toasted to deepen its flavor. Tonnarelli grips cheese sauces especially well because the square edges and egg-enriched dough hold the sauce more effectively than round spaghetti, helping explain why the shape and dish evolved together in Roman cooking. Paccheri. Paccheri is large, wide, and tube-shaped, open at both ends, with origins in the Naples area of Campania. Paccheri likely takes its name from a Neapolitan dialect word, connected to the sound of a slap, possibly inspired by the noise the large tubes make when they fall against one another. Paccheri is linked to a popular historical story, claiming the pasta was once used to smuggle garlic past Savoyard customs inspectors, with whole cloves hidden inside the tubes during a period when tariffs made Campanian garlic unusually expensive. Paccheri works especially well with generous sauces, including seafood dishes built around mussels and prawns, slow-cooked meat ragu, and chunky tomato preparations. Paccheri requires patience during cooking because of the thick walls, but properly cooked paccheri becomes one of the most satisfying pasta shapes to eat. Maltagliati. Maltagliati carries an almost anti-design philosophy in the name itself because the word literally means badly cut in Italian. Maltagliati developed as a practical way to use leftover scraps of dough after more precise pasta shapes had already been cut. Maltagliati has no consistent shape at all, with pieces appearing triangular, trapezoidal, uneven, and irregular in thickness. Maltagliati embraces irregularity intentionally because varying thicknesses within a single serving create textural contrast, allowing some pieces to feel softer, while others retain more chew. Maltagliati comes from Emilia-Romagna and has remained part of peasant cooking traditions for centuries because of its practical and resourceful nature. Maltagliati appears especially well in borlotti bean soup, a classic regional preparation that turns two humble ingredients into something deeply satisfying. Strozzapreti. Strozzapreti carries one of the most dramatic names in Italian cooking because the word literally means priest strangler. Strozzapreti is surrounded by a popular explanation claiming peasant women gave the pasta its name out of resentment toward Catholic clergy members who regularly ate at their tables, with the chewy twisted shape jokingly named after what they wished would happen to those priests. Strozzapreti reflects a very real historical tension between rural communities and the church, whether the story is fully true or partly apocryphal. Strozzapreti is made by rolling small pieces of dough into a twisted, elongated form with a dense and pleasantly chewy texture. Strozzapreti appears across Emilia-Romagna, Umbria, and Tuscany, where slight regional variations developed over time. Strozzapreti works especially well with sausage, truffle dishes, spicy tomato sauces, and porcini mushroom ragu.